Yo, it's definitely Cloud Chaser TV, man. We back up in this thing again. You dig? Hey, man, we got some news to report when it comes to this whole Young Thug trial, right? So the YSL trial is definitely a RICO. It's not federal. For people that don't know, it's not a federal situation. This is more so like a state situation. You feel me? Georgia, in their laws, they have it where they can prosecute someone on a RICO. You feel me? And this particular RICO is more so gang activity, what's going on inside of this neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? They saying that Young Thug runs, a neighborhood that he grew up in. And they talking about murders and took place, petty drug sales and took place, whole bunch of things, and they saying that he's the one providing all the finance, far as the money to these particular individuals to promote their crimes. But the only strange thing about this whole situation is that everybody that didn't hit that stand and pretty much said how they do petty ass crimes and they not really officially tied in with Young Thug. Young Thug is not paying their bills. Young Thug is not doing a lot of things when it comes to what the government is saying about Young Thug. Now, today we had this guy by the name of Lil Woody. He was scared to testify on the YSL case. Now, young Woody went on the stand and we gonna react to it. Some of the things that took place today. He fired his lawyer. If y'all don't know that, today he fired his lawyer while he was on the stand. You feel me? But let's get to it though. Let me pull up this footage so we can start reacting.
I think so.
Okay. And are we born on July 25th?
I guess.
Okay. Are you from Atlanta?
I'm from Candyville.
Okay. Is that a section of the city in Atlanta?
Yo, most salute.
Yes. All right. And did you grow up in Mechanicsville?
For sure.
Did you say for sure? All right. And when you grew up, do you have siblings?
Huh?
Do you have brothers and sisters?
Yeah.
All right. And when you were younger, did you live with all of your brothers and sisters?
And while he's testifying, y'all, I want y'all to remind what the title say. It said, did Lil Woody help or hurt YSL Young Thug in this whole RICO case? So we gonna get to it. I want everybody to chime in. If you in the comments, we got a room going on Clubhouse. Let's get to it.
Or rule, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to specifically talk about your brothers. How many brothers do you have?
Or rule, sir.
More than one.
Okay. How many?
I think 3.
All right. And what are your 3 brothers' names?
Or rule, sir.
Trey Nato Boss.
Say that one more time. You said it's fast.
Nato, Trey's Boss.
Nato, Trez, and Boss. Okay. Nato. What's Nato's given name? You just give me the first name.
I just did.
Nato?
Yeah.
Okay. Trez. What's Trez's first name?
Trey's.
Is Trez's first name Ron Trez?
Hey, like, at the end of the day, YSL Woody, we seen some, footage that came out in the past in regards to him and some of his actions in the interrogation room. How, like, he pretty much, if he was to take somebody down, he know how. You know what I'm saying? He know what to say. As well as, I'm gonna put in mind, he know what not to say. You know what I'm saying, to possibly help the prosecution prosecute Young Thug in this particular situation. So me personally, I think that the man got a lot going on, but at the end of the day, it's almost as if he helping Young Thug. You feel me? It's like he helping him. What y'all think, man? Get in the comments and let me know. But let's get back to this footage.
I guess.
All right. And Nato, is that Rodney?
I guess.
Okay. And then what's the third nickname you gave me?
Boss.
Is Boss Rodriguez?
I guess.
All right. And when you were younger, did you go to school?
Yes.
Where did you attend school?
I don't know. I went to a lot of different schools.
Okay. What are all the schools you went to?
I don't recall all of them.
Oh, just tell me some of them.
I only know one. Slater.
Slater. Is that elementary school or middle school?
Elementary.
Why you don't remember what middle school you went to? Did you go to middle school?
I think I stopped. I did.
How long did you go to? Did you finish middle school?
Relevance. Overruled.
How is that like overruled though?
Yeah, I
Like,
think.
how
Okay.
how is
Did you go
that
to high school at all?
overruled though? Like he's saying relevancy. Like at the end of the day, it's true. Where's the relevancy when it comes to this, fam? You know what I'm saying? Whole time, I guess she's trying to set his background. You know what I'm saying? All she doing is letting motherfuckers know that he might be a little slower than others. You know what I'm saying? Far as educational level. Now, with that being said, keep that in mind though. Keep that in mind, y'all, as this shit go on.
No.
It's gonna make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
All right. When you went to high school, did you go to Southside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overruled, sir.
Did you graduate from high school?
No.
All right. Do you remember what year you left high school?
No.
All right. After high school, did you work?
No.
What did you do after high school if you weren't working?
Say that again.
Did you do anything? If you weren't working, what were you doing?
I don't recall.
Okay.
He don't recall shit.
Are you married?
That's the thing though. He don't recall nothing. Nothing. Like, honestly, why is he even up here? But shit, he got a deal. He got immunity. He can speak on a lot of different things. And apparently, to Brian, he was saying that they had a secret meeting the other day, and they was telling him that he gotta testify or he gonna go to jail. You know what I'm saying? For the length of this trial, that could be up to 2 years, if not longer. You feel me? So it's a whole this trial is honestly a shit show. You feel me? And Brian has exposed it. The judge, he's exposing himself. I knew something was strange from the gate when I found out that even the judge need emotional support, and he's looking for emotional support from his dog, and he got to bring his dog to court with him every day. So if the judge is not stable, why would we think this trial gonna be stable? Let's keep it a buck.
Nope.
Are you in a relationship?
Nope.
Right. Do you have children?
You know that.
Okay. I do, but the jury doesn't. Do you have children?
Yep.
All right. How many?
More than one.
All right. Do you have more than 3?
I might. Ain't no telling.
Okay. That's perfect. That's fair. Do you have 2 that you know of?
Yeah.
All right. And how old are your 2 children?
The same age.
What's that?
I don't know. Y'all been having me in jail so long. I can't recall.
Damn.
Were you in jail?
That's a frustrated man right there. That man is frustrated. He just said, hold on, man. That man is frustrated right now. While he's sitting in that chair in front of the jury, in front of the prosecutors, in front of the defendants. He frustrated right now. He said, y'all keep him locked up. Then y'all just threatened him, man, allegedly yesterday in a secret ass meeting saying you gonna lock him up again. He about fed up with you motherfuckers.
Jail on Friday? Prior to,
Yeah, I was in jail Friday.
were you in jail on Thursday?
Thursday ain't came yet.
No, last Thursday.
I felt like it.
All right.
She must be talking about this secret meeting. You know what I'm saying? She like, was you in jail? Cause like I don't even see why that's even relevant to like her saying last week. Like, what's the relevancy to that shit? But it probably got something to do with that secret meeting that Brian was talking about. We gonna get to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm reacting to it. Our first time I'm hearing them say some of the things that he's saying, right? But the way she just tried to clear that up, that kind of make me think that that's in line with what Brian was saying. You feel me about that secret meeting? They got him held like, man.
When you weren't in jail last Thursday, although you felt like it, how old were your children?
I don't know their ages.
Okay.
Yeah, she definitely talking about a
Are you
meeting.
currently working?
She said when you was in jail last week, but it didn't feel no, when you wasn't in jail last week or something. Let me play it back.
Yeah, Friday.
Were you in jail on Thursday?
Thursday ain't came yet.
No, last Thursday.
I felt like it.
All right. When you weren't in jail last Thursday, although you felt like it, how old were your children?
I don't know their ages.
Okay. Are you currently working?
I'm in jail.
Prior to going to jail on Friday, are you currently working?
Nope.
All right.
And let's
Now, you
keep in
talked
mind.
about being in jail, which was on Friday. Prior to any of this, do you have any criminal convictions?
Of course.
Okay. Do you know offhand how many?
Don't keep up with it.
Okay. Tell the jurors the types of crimes that you've been convicted of.
Driving without license.
Okay. What else?
Driving with suspended license.
Okay. What else?
Ran in front of police.
All right. What else? Let me ask, do you have a theft?
I'll be putting charges on me, so I go to jail for the charges y'all throw on me.
Okay. Do you have a conviction for theft by taking?
You tell me?
Do you recall having a conviction for theft by taking from 2009?
What did I take?
Yes or no?
I don't know what happened in 2009.
Okay. Do you recall having any convictions for aggravated assault?
Probably so.
All right. What about conviction for entering auto?
I don't know.
Okay. What about for terroristic threats?
What about it?
Do you have a conviction for terroristic threats?
I think they were with the aggravated assault.
Okay. What about theft by receiving stolen property?
I don't know.
What about
I'm trying to figure out how is this relevant. Yo, Iman, what's the word, bro? Yo, yo, bro. How is this even relevant, bro?
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know. But I think this is just part of what you get with the state, right? This is why they don't get paid millions of dollars, right? It's not like they're wasting time. I don't get right now. If I'm just imagining what the other nigga will be doing. If Brian still do, it would probably be more hard hitting. But I really don't understand what the logic is. I'm trying to follow it. See where they're gonna lead us.
Yeah, because she got him
but
going
this
down
dude though, bro,
a list of his crimes and shit. Like, what's the relevancy to that? Like, okay, he's a criminal. You seeing you trying a person with a RICO. He's coming to testify, and I guess tie in how his criminal activities belong to the gang.
yeah. I mean, he's one of the main like snitches in this case too, though, right? He's a source of information, and he kind of he's been flip flopping from what I understand. So maybe he's trying to either invalidate his credibility or something
But
to
this
that.
is
But
the prosecutor. You know what I'm saying? So he would have done a deal because she's alluding to Friday. Friday, if I'm not mistaken, is when he first took the stand, right? and he refused to testify. So they locked his ass up or something, right? And then apparently they had like a secret meeting because he talking about how he felt like he was locked up. I'm thinking they're alluding to this.
No, that can make sense. Yeah, I'm not sure how that's connected to that meeting, but from what I heard though, and what I know about that meeting though, that's a really pivotal point in this case,
Yeah,
and
it's
it involves him, bro. He's the witness.
The reason it's connected is because so he goes like they put him on the stand. He decides not to testify. So this whole secret meeting was about him not wanting to testify. They were saying like, look, you gotta testify. If you don't, we gonna lock your ass up until the trial ends. You know what I'm saying? That could be 2 years. You feel me?
Nah, see, because I see the logic. I agree with the logic 100%. Because what's interesting too, to your point, that's not the way they phrased it, but Brian still the Young Thug's lawyer. The reason why he's in jail right now is the allegation he made is y'all had a secret meeting with that witness, Lil Woody, who I didn't know. I guess since he's already sworn in, that's not supposed to happen. They got to have Young Thug's team over there too. So, but what he said in that, to your point, was basically that the judge and the prosecutor told Lil Woody in that meeting that if he lies, they're gonna send him back to jail. And that's the word that was used, right? That's what quote unquote leaked. But that's the same kind of logic though, bro. It's still witness kind of intimidating, you know what I mean? And especially like why I don't know the rules, but bro, why are they doing it without the other team there? And I gotta believe like because that nigga Brian he's a lot smarter than us. It's a reason why, he's there repping Thug and getting millions of dollars. But if he made the calculation, bro, look at it this way. Yo, I'm about to stand on this to the point that I'm willing to go to jail. Bro, it's got to be something there, bro. That is not, you know what I mean? Like, that's got to be calculated. Like, even if we say, let's say, I think he believes he could get a mistrial off of that, right? Like, this might be some real fuck up that the judge and the prosecutor did, which is going to cost him the case. But even if it doesn't, think about it, bro. This is a jury trial, bro. Like, the lawyer, the optics of him going to jail and all that shit, like, it's going to look like they up to something, bro. At the end of the day, these people, the jury of these peers, quote unquote, going to determine if you go to jail or not. So I just think there's a lot going on. I don't really, you know what I mean, understand all of it yet, but yeah, like I can't imagine somebody like that lawyer making that decision to, you feel me, go to jail if it really wasn't something there. But it's crazy.
That makes sense, Tron. So somebody said, "How is this?" They said, KRZ said, "How's asking about the school he went to have anything to do with about this?" But Tron say, showing excessive he's been to the questioning and trying to see if he gonna lie or not. Softball questions. That makes sense, bro.
That makes sense. Yeah, I can see that too.
That makes sense. Like showing that how, you know what I'm saying, he ain't being truthful. He acting dumb and shit. Since he want to be dumb, we got to make sure that he looks dumb.
So what? Then are they trying to then use that logic, that as evidence to say, look, when we told him in that meeting, yo, if he lies, he can go to jail, it's because he was lying. So like that's kind of interesting. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, no, salute, Tron.
Possession of a vehicle with altered VIN number.
Never heard of that.
Okay. And what about possession of a controlled substance with the intent to distribute?
What's that?
Did you ever take a drug charge recently?
Oh, that's the charge y'all put on me.
Okay. Did you plead guilty to that?
I had to.
All right. And did you recently plead guilty to possession of a firearm by a convicted felon?
Y'all put that charge on me too.
Okay. And did you plead guilty to that?
I had to.
All right.
Salute.
Your Honor, the state's going to tender State's Exhibit 382Y, 383Y, 384Y, and 385, Yankee, Your Honor, as self-authenticating documents. 382Y is the criminal conviction 15SC.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm getting to that, Mr. Steele. So
Way he looking though, he fed up. That guy is fed up, gang.
What's up, Chuck? What's up, Mom?
Yo, salute, salute. You see, she trying to go through papers and shit.
Targaryens are gone.
Burn them all! She don't even believe what's going on. This is some crazy shit. There she go.
There she go.
In 2015.
I think I did.
Okay. Did you go to prison for that gun charge?
I pled guilty to it. I'm pretty sure y'all sent me to prison.
Okay. Do you recall how long you spent in prison?
You can remind me?
Do you recall how long you spent in prison?
No, I don't recall.
Did you spend at least 5 years in custody?
I think that's what they gave me.
When did you get out of prison for the federal charges?
When they let me go.
Do you remember what year that was?
One of the year.
Was it in 2024?
It's this year, ain't
Right.
nah.
Okay. Was it last year in 2023?
No.
Was it the year before that in 2022?
I think I was in Rice Street.
In 2022?
I think.
Okay. So then, did you get out of prison and then go to Rice Street?
Y'all locked me up so much. I can't read.
And let me say this: when we say Rice Street, are you talking about the Fulton County Jail?
Yeah.
Okay. But you went to Rice Street after you got out of federal custody.
I went to Rice Street. Nah, I think I got out on the street. And then y'all locked me back up.
All right. So then in 2022, if you went into custody at Rice Street, did you get out of the federal custody in 2021?
I got it feds in 2019.
Okay. Thank you. Now, Ms. Coleman, do you have a nickname? You're smiling. Do you have
Ask me a question?
a nickname?
Yeah.
What's your nickname?
Psycho.
Okay. Do you have another one?
Yeah.
What's that?
Woody.
Woody. And do you have a way that you spell Woody?
However people want to spell it.
Okay. And how did you get your nickname?
My mama.
And when people refer to you, do they refer to you as Kenneth, Psycho, or Woody?
All three.
All three. Which one do they use the most?
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance.
Your-
Sir. That's not an objection, sir.
Which one do people refer?
Overrule, sir. He said speculation. Overrule, sir. That's fine.
People who don't know me that good call me Woody.
And what about people who know you?
They call me Kenneth.
They call you Kenneth. Now I want to ask you if you know a few people, all right? First, do you know someone by the name of Shannon Stillwell?
What's his nickname?
SB or Shannon? Or Shannon Jackson? Shannon Stillwell or Shannon Jackson, same person.
Yeah.
Okay. How long have you known Shannon?
We went to school together.
Do you remember which school?
I know one of them.
It was one of them. Okay. Was it elementary or middle?
Might be elementary or middle, one of them.
Okay. And I know I just said his nickname is SB. Is that what you call him?
That's what I call who?
Shannon.
No,
Okay. What do you call Shannon?
I call him Shannon.
And do you see Shannon in the courtroom today?
Well, I got a vision problem. I
Okay.
can't see that far.
All right. So if you want to stand up and look around the courtroom and look around the entire courtroom, tell me if you see Shannon in the courtroom today. Do you need to sit down?
Nah, I get me lightheaded. I ain't had nothing to drink.
Okay. Do you want some water?
You gonna give me a drink?
I'll get you some water.
I don't drink water.
Well, I don't have nothing else for you, but I will put some water up there for you.
Who am I looking for?
Shannon.
I think I see him.
Okay. When you say you think, you can have a seat. When you say you think you see him, what do you think he's wearing?
Look like he wearing gray over there.
So who are you pointing to over there that's wearing gray?
I think the lady got red hair.
Okay, so you pointing to a lady and not Shannon?
No, the one behind her.
Okay, so you're saying you believe that the person behind the lady with the red hair is Shannon. Is that what you're saying today?
Well, it looked like him.
Okay. Does anybody else over there look like Shannon?
Yeah, I drink water is crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, who's the other person who looks like Shannon over there?
He's standing behind the bald head dude right there.
He's standing or he's sitting?
Sitting down, I guess.
Okay. What's his hairstyle?
Bald head.
So you're saying Shannon's the one with the bald head, or he's sitting
No, he's
behind
sitting
him?
behind the dude with the bald head. I think that's him.
Okay.
It's two people with dreads. I can't see I just see dreads.
Okay. Let me just ask you this: is Shannon from Atlanta?
I don't know.
When you first met him, where did you meet him at? Was it in school?
Ooh.
While y'all were in school, did y'all develop a friendship?
Nope.
Okay. At some point in time, did you ever develop a friendship with Shannon?
Yeah.
Okay. When was that?
I don't know when, but at one point we became cool.
Okay. And when you say cool, what do you mean?
COOL.
I didn't ask you to spell it. I asked you what you mean.
Well, we became cool. I don't know what you mean. I don't know.
Did you look at him as a brother? Was he an acquaintance? Was he just someone you talked to on occasion? When you define cool, what was your relationship like with him?
Oh, just a dude in the street.
That's it? Did that develop over time?
Say that again.
You said he was just a dude in the street. Did that relationship develop over time? Where he became more than just a dude on the street?
I guess.
Okay. And when you say, I guess, what do you mean?
What you mean? What do I mean? We became cool.
Okay. During the course of your coolness with Shannon, did you meet any of his family members?
Say that again.
As your coolness of your relationship developed, did you meet any family members of his?
No.
You never met any of his family members?
I never met none of his family members.
Okay.
She
What
looks
about any of his
staged.
girlfriends?
What you mean?
Have you ever met any of the people he ever dated?
Look at looking.
I don't know how he seen him, but I done seen him with girls.
Okay, so you met some of the people that he may or may not have dated.
I guess.
All right.
Hey, but like that's actually a fact though. Cause think about it. He said that I don't know how he's seen him, but I definitely seen him with girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though people saying that this man is stupid, I don't think so. I think he answering the questions, like answering the questions. They can't even lock him up probably after this shit. You feel me? Because every question they asked him, he answered. Now, do they like the response? Do they like the answer? Probably not. Probably not at all.
Now, when y'all were cool and you would see him in the streets, how often would you all hang out with each other?
What you mean?
How often would the two of you spend time with each other?
You gotta be specific.
Sure. Would the two of you go out?
I go out with anybody, even you.
I'm not asking about me. I'm asking about Shannon. Would the two of you go out?
We have went out.
Okay. How often have the two of you gone out?
I don't know.
Is it more than, let's see. You said you met him in middle school. You're 32. So roughly over the course of 20 years,
No.
no, you have not gone out with him?
I met him after me and him went to school, we never hung. I met him in 20 what? I met him in recent years. After we left school, in school we just knew each other. We didn't.
Y'all didn't hang out with each
Yeah.
other?
No.
So about how old were you when y'all began hanging out with each other?
Most of our, whatever you're trying to say, I was in jail. So
But prior to you going to jail,
And said that he was in jail. He
The
was
day
in
you get
jail
your Clear Choice dental
most of the
implant.
time that she's saying all the shit that she's saying. Let's get to it though. Let's look at some of these crazy moments from this trial.
Well, I'm disturbed too.
You got 5 minutes.
Well, I don't need it. I want to continue.
Mr. Steele, I am gonna hold you still hold you in summary criminal contempt.
Just when you thought it couldn't get any crazier, the RICO trial against rapper Young Thug and several co-defendants just took a
Oh, hold on, y'all.
after we left school, in school we just knew each other. We didn't.
y'all didn't hang out with each
Yeah.
other?
No.
So about how old were you when y'all began hanging out with each other?
Most of our, whatever you're trying to say, I was in jail. So
But prior to you going to jail, did you hang out with Shannon?
I said yeah to that.
Okay. So my question is, if we're in 20,
You said yeah.
Mr. Steele, I am gonna hold you still hold you in summary criminal contempt.
The judge in Young Thug's RICO trial orders the rapper's attorney to jail for contempt.
How did you get that information supposedly from my chambers? Did somebody tell you? I'm not. You should have told me.
You got 5 minutes.
This happened after lawyer Brian Steele refused to tell the judge how he found out about a meeting between the judge, the prosecutor, and a state's witness. Steele's lawyer is here with what's next for him and Young Thug's trial. I'm Anjanette Levy, and this is Crime Fix. It was a crazy, wild day in court in Young Thug's trial. On Monday, it started with testimony from Kenneth Copeland, who goes by Little Woody. Copeland wasn't really into testifying, despite being given immunity by the prosecution. He spent the weekend in jail after refusing to testify on Friday. Copeland took the stand on Monday and let it be known that he wasn't going to do it.
and Mr. Copeland, good afternoon. Do you want to be here?
Ma'am,
Do you want to be here?
I'm here.
Okay. Well, are you going to let me ask you some questions?
Okay.
How old are you?
Grown.
Okay. What does grown mean?
I'm an adult.
Okay. And when you say you're an adult, what number in years are you?
I plead the fifth.
So after that, Brian Steele let the court know that he found out that Judge Ural Glanville, prosecutors, and Copeland with his lawyer met in chambers without members of the defense teams, including Steele, present.
I was told based upon information and belief that when we arrived at 8:30, 9 o'clock today, we did not come into your courtroom until almost 11:30. And what I found out just recently, this is not waived, is that supposedly in chambers, this honorable court reporter at times, honorable court at times, district attorney or district attorneys from the DA's office, as well as investigators, sheriff deputies, Mr. Copeland and his counsel met together. None of the defense team, to my knowledge, was aware that this was going on. It was told, based upon information belief, that it was told to the district attorneys that Mr. Copeland intended to plead the Fifth Amendment.
So can I interrupt you for just a second? I'm kind of disturbed because that's ex parte. All that was an ex parte conversation. How did you find out about any of that?
Now, this seems really unusual that a judge would be meeting in chambers with a state's witness and the prosecutor without a member of the defense team there. But Judge Glanville was furious that Steele found out about the meeting in chambers.
So I understand that you're upset towards me, but I don't know what I did.
Mr. Steele,
I'm
I
doing
still
what
want to
everybody
know,
should
how
do.
did you come upon this information? Who told you?
What I want to know is why wasn't I there? Why,
Sir, I'm going to hold you in contempt if you don't tell me who the,
I'm not, I
tell me who this
I
information
don't
was
want to
come
be
from.
held in contempt.
Well,
I'm not
then-
answering that question. That's attorney-client privilege information. I am not answering that.
Attorney-client privilege, unless you were in my chambers, that's the
I'm-
only way you can figure out.
I am
I
telling
tell you what, I'm going to give you 5 minutes. If you don't tell me
You don't
who
have to. I'm
if
going
you don't tell me who it is, I'm going to put you.
Well, let me-
I'm going to put you in contempt
I
because
understand.
that is not attorney-client privilege.
Attorney work product privilege. I am not.
How did you get that information
don't
supposedly
answer
from my chambers? Did somebody tell you?
I'm not. You should have told me.
Damn.
You got 5 minutes.
Glanville
Said you
actually
should've
ordered
told me.
that Steele be thrown out of court for the day over Steele's objection and the objection of his co-counsel.
Well, I'm going to hold you in contempt, and you can think about it. 5 o'clock today, we'll see where you are at that stand on that point. Because no, that's not what I understand the rule to be. I've not asked you sum and substance of what was said. I asked you how you got.
A man is dead, and you can talk to us or the police, but we're a lot nicer.
Got it.
I can't do that.
Yes, you can, because I have an idea how you got it.
Well, your idea.
I have
may
an
be
idea
wrong.
how you got it, but that's improper, sir.
Your idea may be wrong, and you're asking me
He's
to.
saying it's true.
Listen, I told you the first time, and I'm not going
Sir,
to breach that confidence.
I don't want to hold you in contempt.
Let's start there. He's saying it's true. He's saying, I know how you got it. He's saying it's true.
But this is that serious.
Judge,
And
I'm the one who
you cannot eavesdrop and get information that was not meant for you to hear at that particular point in time.
The prosecutor on the case, Adrian Love, said there was nothing improper about what happened with this ex parte meeting in chambers regarding Kenneth Copeland being held in contempt.
We certainly have the right to request ex parte communications. That's why we ask that the court reporter be present. This is a matter that the defendants did not have a right to be a part of, as this was a matter regarding a civil contempt that the court imposed upon a person for not obeying the court's directive.
Now, it seems like even the prosecutor thought that this could be an issue. Adrian Love asked that Steele be allowed to return to the courtroom.
We would ask that the court fashion a punishment for the contempt that affords Mr. Williams the right during these proceedings while court is in session to both counsel for both of his counsels. For Mr. Steele to be present in the courtroom, he can still be held in contempt. But for Mr. Williams to have representation of both Mr. Steele and Mr. Adams while court is in session, and that the court's remedy does not affect his ability to have his counsel of choice represent him during this trial.
Now, later in the day, and I mean the evening after 7 p.m., attorney Ashley Merchant came to court to represent Brian Steele in this contempt matter.
Judge, just for the record, is it criminal contempt that you held him in?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you said you had a hearing earlier today.
And with criminal contempt, I told him what the contempt was, and that was he refused to order the court. If counsel, as you know, if the court orders you to do something and you don't, that's criminal contempt. So I've asked him several times, please just tell me who it is that told you. That I didn't ask or inquire about anything that was said. I just want to know who it was.
Okay.
Because he's got too much detail of this particular alleged conversation for the court to be concerned about it. So.
And Judge, since it is a criminal contempt, he is entitled to due process. He's entitled to a hearing, entitled to an actual show cause, entitled to the allegations actually written, entitled to a witness list. We're entitled to present our own witness list and notice of that.
Criminal contempt is different. It is on the spot. So he's gotten the due process he's going to get. That's on the spot. I told him. Plus, he's had all day to tell me who it is that is it. So a little different, Ms. Merchant. I won't disagree with you, but
well, and
okay.
Judge, just for the record, it's that's direct. So what you're holding him in is in direct criminal contempt.
Yes.
The issue with the direct criminal contempt is whether or not to actually hold a hearing now, whether or not it needs to be held immediately. And the problem is, if you hold him in direct criminal contempt, as you're saying that you did, you are a witness to that proceeding. And so it has to be referred to another judge. Doesn't require recusal. You actually have to sua sponte send it to another judge because you're a witness to the proceeding.
If you're anything like me, you are always cleaning up a mess, especially with pets and kids around the house. So having cleaning products, especially sleek spray bottles like this one, is an absolute must. This is Blue Land, and you know what's great? Held Brian Steele in contempt.
Mr. Steele, I am going to hold you still hold you in summary criminal contempt pursuant to OCGA 15-1-3, subpart 3, for your failure to comply with my earlier order today. I'm going to order that you be taken into custody, incarcerated at the Fulton County Jail for no more than 20 days for this contempt. Those 20 days consisting of every weekend for the next 10 weekends. And you'll be reporting to 901 Wright Street Northwest, Atlanta, Georgia, 30318 at 7 p.m. on Fridays. You'll be released on 7 p.m. on Sundays. And it's to commence this Friday, June the 14th at 7 p.m. and not to end until Sunday, August the 18th at 2024, 7 p.m., subject to further order of this court.
Now, after the judge said that Brian Steele was going to have to spend his weekends in jail, Steele had just one request.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
I'm going to file notice.
Hold on, man. So he got to spend his weekends in jail. Y'all ever heard of this before?
Yeah, I've seen. I know people that have done that. I know people that has went to jail for weekends. Yeah.
Yeah, you can get weekend time, bro. If you got like a good lawyer, it ain't too bad. You can get weekend time out here too.
Damn, that's crazy.
Some appeal, but for whatever reason that doesn't take, and you don't give a bond, then I'd ask that I can be with Mr. Williams and we work on our case all weekend for all those weekends. Otherwise, I can't prepare. I speak with Mr. Williams all the time.
That's up to you. And sir, I will, sir, if that comes to pass, you have my support. I will talk with our sheriff and we may be able to make that work. Okay.
And this entire thing has turned Brian Steele into a hero of sorts among defense attorneys. Joining me is Ashley Merchant. She is Brian Steele's lawyer. She's also the
president. Oh shit, she got an exclusive with the lawyer. But look, that's what I'm trying to figure out. That's exactly why is this YouTube Shorts? Why Shorts? YouTube Shorts? Easy. Is the courtroom? Is this really a courtroom? Since Woody has full immunity, he should just say he did everything and Thug had nothing to do with it. Yeah, that's a good point. I wonder, can he do that?
President of the Georgia Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers. So, Ashley, talk to me a little bit about how you end up at the Fulton County Courthouse last night at 7:30 at night, representing Brian Steele in this issue, this contempt matter.
Definitely not how I imagined my day beginning or ending. Right. I was in a meeting and my paralegal came in and said, your phone is lighting up and Brian's in custody. And I said, oh my God, call me on my phone. I'm getting in the car. I'm driving down there. And, you know, I've served for many years as GACTL, as our association's contempt attorney, where we have attorneys that we dispatch if any lawyers are ever held in contempt. We call it Strike Force. So I'm a member of that. So I'm one of the lawyers that regularly would represent someone. But when I heard Brian was in custody, I had to go myself. And luckily, he's very loved in our community. And so many members of our team went down there and were there. And so we had a very strong showing of force, but it was definitely something I did not expect to happen.
You're a criminal defense attorney and you've done a lot of murder trials. Is this unusual? Because it sounds unusual to me that a judge would meet in chambers with a prosecution, you know, the star witness for the prosecution, the star witness's lawyer, and they'd all be there having a confab together without a member of the defense team present. Is that weird? That seems like an ex parte communication or something.
Right. And, during my hearing, the judge is admitting that he had this ex parte communication. And it seems like that should be what everyone's focused on, not whether or not Brian is
That's
going to
what I
tell
was
him
focused
who
on.
told him the judge had this ex parte. It just seemed like deflecting. The judge was in trouble, got caught with having this ex parte hearing. And instead of admit to that and handle that, when Brian brought it up, they're going to throw Brian in jail. It didn't make a lot of sense. But like you said, it's unheard of. These proceedings are supposed to be what we call adversary, where all the defense is there. The defendants, the defense lawyers are all supposed to be present, but instead they chose to have this meeting without inviting any of the defense, without letting them know. And when they brought that up, the lawyer ends up in custody.
The only time I've ever heard of a defense attorney maybe being back in chambers meeting with a judge without the prosecution present or something like that happening is when it was like, oh, judge, we need to talk to you about funds we need allocated for an expert or something like that. If it's like a public defender case or something, that's the only time I've heard of this type of thing happening. But this just sounds hinky. So what are you doing for Brian now? Because Brian, as of right now, is supposed to report to the jail Friday night to spend his weekend in the cell with Young Thug, getting ready for court and doing his time for this contempt that you argued.
My name is Tyler Devereaux. I'm inviting you to attend my brand new 2-hour live master.
Thug's his attorney, supposed to go spend some jail time in Fulton County. Of course, he won't be around Young Thug. We ain't gonna even try that, but it's just crazy.
That's
what he wants. He wants to be with him.
Yeah, that's what he just asked for.
And the judge said that he was going to talk to the sheriff.
Oh,
so that they could be in the same room, so that they can, talk about the case.
What? So hold on, this might be a play. Dang.
Nah, it's a win either way, bro. It's regardless how you put it. Look at the optics, right? Not only does he look like the hero, but even if he doesn't get a win via a mistrial, because I think the judge did get caught, bro. Look how the jury's gonna look at it how we looking at it. Like, yo, it's some dirty shit going on. He's the hero. The fact he was willing to sacrifice might actually get Young Thug off, even if not right now, later in trial, bro. Like, it's just a win for them.
If he don't get off now, they're gonna get off. He's gonna get off in an appeal. Period.
Yeah, there's that too. There's a whole appeal that
Yeah, that's what I was
thinking.
thinking.
His job,
He's a hero right
his
now.
job to raise any issue or see anything that he can raise, even if it means that. And the crazy thing is that the judge seems to not understand what everybody's saying. He was trying to apply like a civil contempt like terms to a criminal, and they fucking had to explain it to him that he was handling it wrong. So that judge he's a little off.
Yo, actually, I think
Somebody
it was
said-
criminal though. Whoever leaked that probably is criminally liable. But it's two issues there though. Like, yeah, like she said, he's deflecting. You can't really deal with that without dealing with your fuck up. But I think
but she
that
said-
might be
they're saying
criminal if
that-
I'm not mistaken.
Right. They said they put him in criminal contempt, but they're claiming that he's applying it wrong. That one calls for him to have a hearing right away. In criminal contempt, he's supposed to follow certain procedures, and they like kind of the other lawyer also is saying like, no, you got it wrong. This criminal contempt. This is what you're supposed to follow. If it's civil, then this is what you're supposed to follow. It's like he's all mixed up.
Right. And if I understand correctly, his argument is he's talking about like what's the action that's on the table that we're speaking of? Is the leaking of that information from that meeting between Lil Whitney? First off, I think that's the one who snitched. Like, yeah, you feel me? He probably just like, oh, yeah. But it was him, the judge, and the prosecution, and the defense was not there. So how that information can't get out? The judge doesn't have a point about that. Like, when they're in that chamber, I'm pretty sure whoever leaked that, that's like criminal. So, but the contempt though, I think generally is like civil in nature. Well, no, I don't know. It could be criminal too. Like,
yo, once that nigga
placed
placed the lawyer in contempt, he made himself a witness in the implication. So now he fucked himself.
Yeah, he can't deal with that case no more, huh? So he gotta, damn, bro. This is a win for Young Thug, bro. Like,
yeah, he opened up a whole can of worms by putting the lawyer in contempt because now the situation is in question, and in the situation he's looking bad.
Right, he's trying to like apply basically what they're saying. You trying to apply the procedure you going after like civil, but if it's criminal, then yeah, he has the right to have an attorney, which you didn't do, and you were witness, so you got to recuse yourself. So yeah, he fucked himself over, and they kind of saying like maybe he's going through dementia. I heard somebody say that on one of the lives I was watching earlier.
Hey Chuck, look at it like this though, because you were talking about did this guy really hurt YSL? Did he help him? Initially, like I mean, everybody gonna say, yeah, he really hurt him because he's snitching on him and shit. But like, what if it turns out? This is just what I'm thinking about. What if it turns out that was him that leaked this information and ends up getting this judge in trouble and gets him off that case? Is that like redemption or? I think somebody in your chat said that nigga.
Well, that's the allegation is that he admitted to the murder, bro. That's the allegation.
You said somebody in the chat said what?
That he was snitching on the court. So like, I'm wondering, can one snitching cancel out the other, or how does that work for him?
Well, they could try to, that judge, he know he messed up, so they trying to make it seem like it was like witness tampering, like they set this up like a play, like Chuck said. Like I don't know, hopefully it's no, I don't know, but yeah, I think that judge made a big mistake. I think they do got grounds for a mistrial, at least even at appeal, something a mistrial. The way he handled it is not. It wasn't kosher from the start, but it's outrageous based on what they're saying. He's not supposed to do that. He's not supposed to interview a witness or whatever they call that without alerting them.
Thank God we have an emergency process in Georgia to appeal contempt orders. We believe the judges of the appellate courts will grant a bond. And so hopefully Brian will not have to spend his weekend in the jail. The worst part, though, is this trial is continuing. And so imagine, we don't just work during the hours you see us in court. When we're in court, we are regularly working after hours. We're working at night. We're working on weekends. I have never tried a case where I didn't work all weekend. And Brian is a very good lawyer, and he does a lot of work on his cases. So he's definitely working all weekend. You're taking a man from his office where he has computers, Westlaw, internet, all this stuff, access to the case file. And this case file's huge, and putting him in a jail cell where he's none of that. That the trial can't continue. I mean, it's just, it boggles my mind that anybody thinks that you could have the lead defense lawyer in custody the entire weekend and this trial continue unhinged. That defies logic to me.
So you're filing the emergency appeal. I mean, I would assume you expect to hear back about that within a day or so. Am I wrong about that? Or what's the process? What's the time frame?
Yes. Luckily in Georgia, when an attorney is subject to incarceration, the appellate courts respond very quickly. And what it's called is a supersedious bond. So essentially they issue a bond that kind of stays everything and says, wait, hold on, we're going to pause this. You're not going to have to go to custody. You get to go and do this appeal. And so it just pauses that while the appeal is pending. If we're successful with the appeal, then Brian never has to go into custody. Obviously, if we lose the appeal, he could still be forced to spend weekends in custody, but that would be down the road. That wouldn't be right now.
But then we have the issue of this big kerfuffle. I mean, this big mess, this big confrontation between the judge who seems very angry and really dug in on his position, and Brian Steele. Now the trial continues and they have to move forward. Brian Steele moved for a mistrial. That's not happening. Can this trial continue in your view and be tried fairly given what's happened? I mean, it doesn't matter if the jury didn't see this. It's something that is impacting the course of the trial.
I can tell you as a defense lawyer, nothing will affect your advocacy more than a judge saying, if you keep arguing and doing your job, I'm going to lock you up and putting you in handcuffs. Nothing will affect you more. And that's essentially what happened. Brian made an argument. He ended up in handcuffs. He ended up in the Fulton County Jail in the lockup for, an hour or so before the judge let him out. Nothing will stop an advocate in their tracks more than going to jail. because you can't do your job. And that fear has got to be in the back of everybody's mind in that courtroom. Every single defense lawyer, some of them, they may have kids they've got to go home to and they can't go to jail. I mean, you think about the things that are going on in their minds. You want to be able to do everything you can for your client, but you can't do that if you're in jail.
But Ashley, can he go to the appellate court? Can Brian Steele maybe go to the appellate court and say, look at what happened? I mean, it's on video. That's not how appellate courts make decisions, but it could be filed as an exhibit and file something saying this is, some type of an appeal saying what is going on here, what happened is impacting this trial. Can that happen?
Oh, yes, definitely. And I was doing some research this morning working on this appeal, and the law is really clear. If you have an ex parte communication with a witness during trial, it is reversible error. So this error is, and what that means in the legal world is that's about as bad as it gets. That means it's reversible. That means that any conviction is going to be reversed because of this. So if they want to try and remedy this, they better hurry up and remedy it. And the state should really be thinking about that, because the state's duty is to preserve.
That's a good point she just made. She's saying that even if they come out with a verdict, shit, it's gonna be reversed because of what's taking place in this case. That's very interesting.
Of their conviction. So if they were to get a conviction, they have a duty to make sure that the conviction stands on appeal. And this is reversible error. So I don't understand why they're not jumping up and saying, give him these transcripts, give him what he asked for in this ex parte. They have a duty to preserve the record as well. Otherwise, they're just wasting the taxpayers' dollars and keeping people incarcerated while they try this case that they know is not going to stand up on appeal if there is a conviction.
Ashley Merchant, we'll keep an eye on it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And that's it for this episode of Crime Fix. I'm Anjanette Levy. Thanks so much for being with me. I'll see you back here next time.
That was dope. Shout out Crime Fix, man.
How did you find out about any of that?
Well, I'm disturbed too. And the reason
I'm asking you a question.
And how
did you find out about it?
Mr. Copley made statements that he admitted to killing Donovan Thomas. And don't take my notes. No. Take Mr. Steele into custody, please.
No way, dude. You're watching a part of history right now.
Okay.
I believe that the court has put him in that position.
No, he purges himself of the
That is
That's civil. He's
He's
not getting that civil.
That's civil.
Y'all think this is a part of
Yes,
history?
indeed. Yes, indeed.
Hell yeah, this shit's like the OJ trial.
I ain't gonna go that far, but it's big. Black and white was invested in the OJ trial. I think it's just us invested in this.
That's a good point.
I could be wrong.
Respectfully, I would.
The Young Thug YSL RICO trial is spiraling out of control. Brian Steele points out evidence of coercion and witness intimidation by the judge and the.
What you say, Zion?
I said I think they're just as interesting. Yes, I think it's just as interesting to them as well because of the Trump connection case. That Trump lawyer with who's representing one of those January 6 people. So you got a lot more eyes on it because of that and the whole Shannon Willis thing. So I think.
And she's tied in with Nut and the whole gang. This shit's crazy.
What is Nut's real name? What is his real name?
She represented one of the YSL #1 members.
Well,
the judge
Nut
freaks out.
One that was supposed to have gotten killed, but he was sleeping with him.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. So what is his real name?
I forget it.
Donovan.
Oh, okay.
I think he's Donovan Mitchell, right?
No, Thomas.
Thomas, there you go. That's a hooper.
But the thing that they say that Fannie Willis represented YSL Mundo early on in his career.
Hey, bro, the way that lawyer was talking, man, is very hard to think Young Thug is not coming home. She said,
Yo, he's one of the founding members of YSL, and he's not involved in the fucking RICO.
But yo, that lawyer just said that like that's a reversible error, and she sounded pretty confident, meaning that like yo, she probably seen something like this before where the case got overturned on appeal. Because all the things I just pointed out, right? Add all of that up, and they gonna have to present that at one time in front of an appeal court, bro. You gonna get up out of there. They might get a reversal for sure.
Imam, you sound confident.
Nah, I'm more so pointing out that lawyer's confidence, bro. Like, I get that's the lawyer at the end of the day, but the logic is valid too.
You like Young Thug?
Nah, see you. This is Bullet's guy. You trying to show right now, bro? For real, we having a substantive conversation though. Like,
I mean,
what you think about this? Like, what's your thoughts on what you just heard?
I mean, don't that mean family members telling on him? Best friends telling on him? Shouldn't he have watched his circle before it hurt him?
Who you talking about, Young Thug?
Shouldn't he have watched his circle before it hurt him?
Oh, you must have just been hanging out with Hassan or something. That's not, that's Hassan's little slogan.
He got shot.
That's crazy. Yeah, he trolling, but hey, I don't know, man. I never really like tapped in and really try to make sense of his role in this case, but bro, he might be the most pivotal. Like, what's going on right now? I don't know. This is like history, but yeah, I really think it can't be overstated, bro. I mean, I'm not a lawyer and we're not lawyers, but like, I don't see anywhere around that. Like, why wouldn't he be able to get off of this on appeal? Because this, like, I don't get it. Like, the first off, why would the judge?
Yo, you're looking to an appeal, bro. You're looking to an appeal. They're projecting this case to be at least another year out to finalize.
Yeah, but he could afford it, bro. Thug could afford it at this point. And just sending this nigga to jail, man, you just made that lawyer double down. Like, now he has a personal incentive to get a W on this. And on the flip side, too, I said this earlier, I really don't think, as smart as that lawyer is, he would have, because, bro, they all make calculations. He would not have risked getting held in contempt or actually went through with it and held on to that information if he didn't think he had a valid case. And on the flip side, I mean, like, salute to him for not snitching, That's going to earn him a few more clients, but.
What's the longest case in America?
I mean, I don't know. What's your point, though? Like, what? The government can afford that shit. It's unlimited.
No, I'm just saying this shit's crazy. If the government can afford it, that's the state of Georgia.
Right, but they got to justify it too, though. Like Shorty said, that lawyer said. At the end of the day, it's starting to look like they're literally holding people in jail, knowing that their cases are weak and they might get, they're gonna get overturned on appeal. And some of them people, I think the prosecutor, the DA maybe, a few of them positions, bro, they get voted in. They answer to the public, you know what I mean? So, let alone, like you said, bro, it's our money, it's taxpayer money and shit. So it matters, yeah. So they're not gonna want to. They have an incentive to not, you know what I mean? Because like, why would they have a personal agenda against him? And I get that whole bigger conversation.
Yo, they turned on every proffer that they presented so far.
What do you mean?
Every proffer that's testified in the case has been like a hostile witness type shit.
So that would benefit Young Thug too. Then, like that's police is known for that. So I think he's in a good place, bro. Honestly, as bad as things are, like I see a light at the end of the tunnel.
Hell yeah, the alleged shooting with no bullet fragments, no holes, no nothing, no gun, no witness. The girl denied it happening. They didn't make a report. Come on, man.
There's a lot going on. Yo, Chuck, earlier Nora was like, yo, she doesn't buy, I don't think she was alluding to the fact she don't buy that little Woody's actually slow. But y'all, I'm dead ass convinced he's slow. Like, I don't see any way around it. I think it looks like he's trolling to us, but I really think he's slow.
You know what makes me not, let me tell you why he's not slow. Because he's in between asking. He's thinking of ways to answer those questions. And then sometimes when he use words and he's using them in a correct context that a lot of people that would be that slow is not. So when he asks a question, how long were you in jail? He stopped, he paused. Because he's thinking of how I can answer this question for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody else, if they're just dumb, Forrest Gump, I was in there for 5 years. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? They would answer the questions, but he's purposely pausing and thinking on how he can answer without answering.
Man,
that takes some thinking.
He's thinking. He has moments, but for the most part, though, it just sounds like, I don't know, man. He just blurting shit out because, like, the nigga is slow or something. But
Yo, Imam, did you see his 3-hour interview though? That nigga didn't miss a beat in that one.
yeah, maybe this is just funny to me and shit. Yeah, he's probably
the one when he was in the investigative
That's the original
room.
one. I think that's the one that broke open the case, right?
Yeah, he ain't miss a beat on that one.
This nigga gonna be in a movie, or there's gonna be some movies about him or some shit. This is way too much entertainment for a courtroom. Like, you don't even gotta see the visuals, and it's funny as hell. And like his facial expressions and all that shit. Yeah, it's just comedy, man.
So is this considered snitching, dry snitching? What kind of snitching is this? Or is this no snitching?
Oh, it's snitching. There's no way around it. He's snitching on Thug. He's snitching on the judge. He's snitching on everybody. This nigga Chuck earlier was like, yo, this nigga on the stand looking fed up, bro. That's all that cheese, bro. He's fed up for sure. But yeah, I don't see how you can make one argument for him now. You know what I mean? Like, it's documentary recorded in 4K on audio.
But how do we know that he's not a plant and that he's doing that on the direction of to get the reaction and to throw things or jumble things around?
See, like,
you mean the cause of mistrial?
Go ahead, Zah.
You mean the cause of
Yes.
mistrial?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. I think somebody mentioned if anybody found out like it was like some sort of plan, you better hope that it's not like some sort of plan or they don't try to allege that, because they go up to that judge, which they probably will, because he's not. They made it sound like he's confused about the law. So you know,
Wait, you guys are assuming he's a plan for the prosecution?
I'm not assuming that. I'm just saying that if they did not prosecute, you meant prosecution.
No, I'm trying to get a clarity on the argument when y'all say, because Lauren, you were saying like whose side are you saying you're playing for the government, right? If I understand you correctly.
No. For Thugger.
Oh, okay, that's what I'm thinking.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, everything he's doing is helping him.
That's what I'm saying.
If there's any conversation about it, they could easily go to witness tampering. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully this is something that he did on his own or just by mistake, or just happens.
Yeah, but
that's why his lawyer went ham. His lawyer went ham on them motherfuckers for that accusation that he was working with the defense.
Yo, let's really think about that though.
But they have ways of communicating without communicating. Come on now.
Forget what they said, but we got to look at the actions, right? Because like people, you know what I mean? Human beings, we move off intentions and shit. To Nora's point, yo, like everything this nigga been doing, although publicly, yeah, snitching, but it's helping Young Thug at the end of the day. And then we got Gunna on one hand, right? So like, because people are still kind of waiting, and then some people are saying like, if Thug comes out and says Gunna is not a rat, you know what I mean? It's like they're on the same page type shit. They're gonna overlook all of that. So kind of with that kind of like, you know what I mean, lens, like, yo, could he be back there like, yo, pulling strings, really playing 3D chess like that? Like, is Doug really like that? Or
Gunna's at the top of the charts though.
I don't see why not. He got enough money. He got enough people around him. He got enough. I mean, he got an awesome dream team of lawyers. I don't see why not. I mean, lawyers do shit that they ain't supposed to do all the time. You know what I'm saying? As far as they shouldn't do things that's against the law. But we all know that they do
right now. He's willing to go to jail because, like, if your theory holds up, it will make sense, right? If Woody's the one who leaked the information from the judge to the lawyer, of course this lawyer is gonna protect him to the point where he's gonna go to jail for him.
Exactly, and guess what?
They're all on the same team,
and he has to go. He has to go to jail. He has to do all these things because guess what? All the pieces of the puzzle got to fit, and then he can. The lawyer can't throw him under the bus and say, "Well, Chuck told me." That's who told. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that because guess what? At that point, I hate to use you for the example, Chuck, but Chuck can unravel the whole goddamn case and say, "Well, yeah, you know what? I did it under the direction of blah blah blah, and this is what's really going on." Blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's a valid point, yo.
So everybody got to take their lick. I mean, that's how I'm seeing it. I'm sorry, that's just how I see it. I don't know. I could be wrong.
But also too, like, cause the normal person, right?
What up, Ocho?
We're seeing this from a superficial view. We take a few minutes out of our day See, look at, we think about it through the lens of content. But
Mm-hmm.
these people are dedicating their lives to it. They're playing this shit on a different level. You know what I mean? So there's a lot more than we understand. So
And you also got to understand, the defense is playing to win by all means necessary within a certain restraints and degree of the law. They're going to do whatever it takes to win. It's like the prosecution is going to do the same.
Nah, hey, that's
They
my new
pulling
position on
everything
this.
out the bag. Everything.
Exactly.
Yo, that's
So,
my
I
new
don't know. We
position,
just
Chuck.
got to
He's
keep
a mole,
going with
yo.
it, baby.
Oh,
No, he's a mole,
Woody.
man. He's a mole. Yeah, he's a mole, bro. Him and Thug are in concert because everything he's been doing is helping them, bro. Yep.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Let's not
We
fuck it
don't
up
know
for him.
nothing.
Allegedly.
We don't know shit.
Yeah, you can't erase his prior wrongdoings no matter what happens.
What's that, baby?
Who you saying is the moldy, Mom?
Well, I'm
Woody.
saying that. Well, yeah. Go ahead. Give him a recap.
No. This is Nora's theory, yo. I was just sampling. Go ahead, Nora.
Woody running the play with his attorney, but I don't feel like Woody is the mole essentially. Woody just going along with the play.
Now, when we say the mole, I was specifically talking about the recent meeting. That's a discussion with the judge, him, and the prosecution, where Thug and his team was not privy to. So we were saying that it would make sense for him to be the mole that leaked that information back to Thug and them. But yeah, that's the only time we, you know what I mean, we're talking about the mole reference. But yeah, man, I don't know. I'm buying it, bro. I'm sold.
No, you gotta tell him what my theory is.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, you do it.
All right, so essentially, look, we're all looking at this very superficial, right? Like Woody's this dumb crash dummy, very slow. You feel me? Whole time, Thug is back there pulling the string. Got this dude undercover as a snitch for the state, right? Because look, everything he's been doing, and it's just a theory, like Moore said, everything this man's been doing, yo, has been benefiting young. The last thing that's relevant right now, to the point where the judge got caught fucking up, bro, and there might be a mistrial off of that. So we're saying, bro, these niggas playing 3D chess, and we just been looking at a checker game. So it's deeper than rap, basically. I don't know if I summed it up more, but that's what I got from that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think it is. And I think Thugger coming home, and hopefully he just moves differently. He got to move differently when he bring his ass home, and hope and pray that the feds don't pick it up.
No, yeah, a lot of people say that the whole gun in the backyard getting dug up, that might have some, you know what I mean, that federal implications and stuff like that. But you're 100% right though. Although,
if Thug go to jail, then Fanny needs to take her ass to jail. Period. Point blank.
Yeah, like I don't know though, just a nigga coming, like a Thug coming home beating Rico from a rap standpoint, like I feel like he's going to flex that. The record label's going to push that. That's going to take him to a whole different level. Like if we think he on some
state
bullshit
Rico
now,
though,
like,
it's a state Rico. So that ain't really
still
nothing
though,
to
bro.
brag
Like, yeah, I
about.
know it's a state Rico, but that's still
So that's
Atlanta,
a
bro.
Nah, but you
bullshit-ass
talking about
Rico.
the possibility of the feds picking it up, story.
That's different.
No, yeah, I'm just saying that him beating
The
that,
feds
because
ain't
Nora made
picking
the
this
point that
bullshit up.
Nora's like she's hopeful that, you
Nah,
feel
you
me,
talking
like
about
this
on the
teaches
basis
them a
of the
lesson.
Rico, you know what I'm saying? Because if niggas get caught with a switch on their premises, you know how that goes.
Yeah, it matters, but I don't know. I'm just saying that him being a Rico might not be. It's gonna be tough to try to, be modest in them situations, given what he does. You know what I mean? What he talks about, what he lives like. But yeah, no, I hear y'all though.
Yo, that jail cell will humble anybody, bro. Give a fuck.
Yo, how long has he been in there right now?
That nigga ain't gonna come out boisterous like
3
that.
years.
Hell yeah, that's
Crazy.
enough. By the time they get done with this trial, he would have served all his time and been going on a 15-year sentence. He would have had to do a third of his time to make parole. That's 5 years.
Yo, that's kind of gotta make you think too. Like I get that, you know, the government fund or whatever, they powerful, but like the likelihood of the way I'm looking at it, the likelihood of them trying this case all over again, given how long this one took, how much money from the taxpayers then wasted on this shit, how many times did it, you know what I mean? They got caught fucking up, which is gonna have political implications and shit. So let's say some technical shit happens and you know it's a situation where they could drop it or retry it or something like that. Yo, I think if you could get off either on appeal or any type of technicality, man, I don't think they're gonna try this again, bro. This is like it's too big of a case, too much money wasted. Like,
mind you, Fanny got her own implications to deal with it. Her fucking, she's compromised in her own situation.
Mm-hmm. I guess in that
Who
sense,
you
like
talking about? Gorilla Grip? Who you talking about?
Oh yeah, that's what the lawyers say. I mean, allegedly, you know. But it
She
is
was in
political
somebody's
season,
phone
though.
under that. Who phone was she in under
They
that?
some freaks, yo. That's why they just locking niggas up and you know spending time whatever they own.
She was probably under like, you know what I'm saying, I'm just saying like I just like watching Jeopardy and I'm just like answering the questions and I'm just like, But you know what I'm saying, like they playing games with people's minds and they're like, you know, programming their.
Nah, I was some personal shit. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking
I don't
about
know what workplace. I don't know
person?
what service industry. Let alone a lawyer. Let alone if you work for the government, where you can have your coworkers' names Gorilla Grip, and niggas is not gonna ask questions, yo. Like that is not normal. I mean, salute to them, but
Okay,
like,
so that was the other lawyer that had. I thought it was that. Okay, so Donovan Thomas was somebody that got killed. Was supposed to be killed by.
no. Oh, but that's
okay.
separate.
So it was the other lawyer they had.
It was the lawyer. It was the lawyer. Yeah.
Gorilla
The
Grip.
reason why I think he had to had to drop off of the Trump case because of that relationship. So he had to recuse himself because he had her under Gorilla Grip. You can't make the shit up, yo. Like,
and he left his wife.
Yup. But yo, this nigga Woody though,
His
man.
sick wife.
Oh man.
And the nigga was underqualified to get the job to fucking go against Trump. But she gave him the contract.
It's looking really, really good for Thug, man.
And that's her boyfriend.
Yeah, it's a lot going on. Imagine on the appeal, because if I understand correctly, right, they gonna present all of these areas, quote unquote, mistakes at once. So it's not like they won't look at them one at a time and shit. So imagine looking at a case with all these fuck ups, yo. You gonna think something's up, like.
Nah, you can tell the state doesn't want nothing to do with the case because didn't they reverse the ability for them to use the lyrics in trial?
I'm not sure. I don't really know the details of that, but it's interesting.
Yeah, I think they reversed it so that they can't use the lyrics anymore.
So another win for Thug. Shit, it's crazy.
Yeah, I think they're going to try to pass the legislation for them not to be able to use that shit if they didn't pass it already.
Yeah, man, this is it's gonna be a crazy movie or the nigga just slow and he's snitching on everybody and we're giving him too much credit, but yeah, it's got a lot more interesting though, as of right now. Like the whole, I mean, bro, look at the optics of that though. Cause look, what's fucked up too. I don't know if y'all got Chuck played it, but I don't know if everybody heard the whole how it played out. When the judge told the lawyer, "I'm about to hold you in contempt because you're not telling me where this information, who it came from," right? All the other lawyers, mind you, 4 other lawyers on that YSL case, right? There's another lawyer representing Young Thug. A few other people got their own lawyers and shit, and they all stood up and made the same claim. So technically, if you were sending that nigga to jail, you should have sent all of them to jail. Because they was privy to that information and you didn't force them to You know what I mean? You didn't like. Why didn't you send them to jail? Because they stood up literally and said that, yo, we just heard that today too. So that was a bad look for that judge, bro. He might have just like did that out of emotion or something. Because like I said, the nigga being there with a dog and you know he needed a lot of emotional support. So this is crazy.
Complete circus. Off the taxpayers' money, they got the motherfucking jurors in there. How much are they making? $1,000 a
Listen,
month.
man, Republicans about to sweep. They about to get every office back. Like they just gonna play a little 30-second demo and like, look what they've been doing with your money.
Yo, they said the jurors is getting $25 a day or some shit.
That's as bad as almost as bad as clubhouse rates, man. That's crazy.
So they gonna hold them people for 2 years and then give them slave labor wages and make them try this case.
That's actually a really good point, bro. Because I mean, they gotta like unless they switch out the jurors, they gotta stay. I don't know how that works. I've never been in jury.
How you can't switch the jurors, bro?
So you're meant to work for 3 years.
That's what I'm telling you.
I never thought about it from that angle, but that's crazy. So there's got to be an incentive, bro. There's got to be an incentive more than $25 an hour. Well, I guess like.
Hey yo, do the research and look how preposterous the fucking amount of money they gonna get for being a juror is.
Yeah, you go to jail if you don't do your